We had your friend the heckler in again. By the end of it, I was just standing there, taking it from her.
I'm sure you gave as good as you got.
Will you stop cheering me up? I'm not a child. And the worst thing about it is it feels exactly right, taking a lot of dirt from men. By the end of it, I was just staring down his open throat. Didn't matter what he was saying. It had nothing to do with politics. He was just a big, ugly man who liked shouting at women. And I hated it. But it felt exactly right, as if that was what I was there for. Rowley would have been delighted. I keep expecting him to turn up and join in the fun. Oh, why don't you go away and let me stew? Or do you enjoy seeing me like this as well?
Look, Chris, it's not as bad as all that. You're overwrought. You're letting things get out of proportion.
Oh, you are observant. I am overwrought, aren't I? Just like a woman, isn't it? Well, go on, then you tell me what I ought to do as well. I've heard it all from Ron, so I might as well get it from you.
Look, Chris.
What?
Well, listen to me.
I am listening.
No, you're not. I'm not Rawns. I'm not Rowley. I love you.
When Rowley said that, it sounded like a threat, too.
It's not a threat. I don't mean it to be a threat. I want to give you the sort of love I gave to Beth. I want that more than anything.
Dave.
But if you can't accept that immediately, that's all right. I'll wait. I don't want you to feel bullied. I'm your friend as well, you know, whatever happens.
I know. Thank you. I am listening now, David.
Well, if I tell you what I think you ought to do, it's only me that's talking. I'm not your father or your husband or your agent.
I know.
Well, I think you're wasting your time holding public meetings. You're sacrificing yourself pointlessly. Whether it feels right or not, I'm sure it's not winning you any votes. Between now and Thursday, you've got to coddle your own voters. Stay with the slums and the tight cottages. They'll come out for you if they think that you care enough. And you don't think you've still got a chance of winning, do you?
Of course I don't.
But you can still get enough votes to shake the Tories up. You still can.
Yes.
But not if you go on the way you have been doing. You've...
Go on.
Well, it seems a cruel and stupid thing to say to someone who's been wearing herself out the way you have, but... Well, I think you've been indulging yourself. And the election is more important than your feelings. Kick me out now.
No, you're right, of course. I've made a mess of it.
I didn't say that, and it's not too late.
I'm so tired.
You'll pull through. You're as tough as anyone I've ever known.
David, could you be here on Thursday?
For the count.
Tough or not, I think I'll need my hand held, and I'd rather it was you than Rawns on the whole.
I'll do my damnedest. It is an awkward day, though.
I don't want you to get yourself into trouble again.
I'll ask Algiers. I'm sure he'll wangle it for me somehow.
Good.
Look, hadn't I better go? Mrs. Parsons and her cats and
Oh, no, stay. Can't make any difference now.
You ought to sleep.
David, I need you more than I need sleep, believe me. If you can stand me.
I love you.
I wish you wouldn't say that.
I'm sorry, but you can't tell me what to feel.
Hold me. I'm cold.
Well, this is very pleasant. An opportunity I didn't think would come my way again. Now, some of the youngest of you young gentlemen may be wondering who this curious old buffer is. Well, no doubt your older friends will tell you all about Mr. Herries. One thing they might tell you is what a very severe old gentleman he can be. So you won't be surprised to hear that prep on Wednesday has been extended by 1 hour. That is so that your consciences will be perfectly clear when you turn out, every single one of you, to cheer the first 15 on Thursday afternoon.
Morning, PJ.
Morning, Tucker.
Oh, congratulations. You must be very gratified.
I beg your pardon.
I do wish I could find the time from schoolwork to devote to my interests.
Yes, well, It is difficult. But I shouldn't advise an interest in politics. Not done my career much good.
But this is hardly politics, is it? Well, congratulations again.
Thanks.
I must get along to the lab.
I just had the most peculiar conversation with Chetwynd.
Oh, yes. You can count on him for those. Was it about golf?
I don't know what he was about.
Oh, never mind about Chetwynd. Don't you think you're carrying this false modesty just a bit too far, PJ?
What are you talking about?
Do you mean that you haven't seen the Times?
No.
Then I advise you to have a glance.
I haven't got a review in the Times.
2 columns, and it's a corker. Oh, dear, oh, dear. He's going to be totally insufferable, you know.
Wouldn't blame him if he was.
Silk dressing gown and cigarette holder.
Interviews by appointment.
He thinks it's good. He thinks it's brilliant, man. When are we going to get the chance to read it?
I didn't know it was out yet. I hadn't received any advance copies.
Big square package for you in the parcels room. I saw it this morning.
Really? Look, do you mind if I borrow this for a bit?
Keep it, old boy.
Thanks.
Golders of Challicum will frame it for you for 5 shillings.
I think you better make some more of these, Ellie. David seems to be going for some sort of record.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I eating too many? It must be nerves. They're delicious, really. As good as my mum's.
Thank you, David. It's with some trepidation that I offer Welsh cakes to a Welshman. Do you remember, Algy, when I made curried eggs for Professor Chatterjee?
Well, he ate them. Rather more than his fair share, as I remember the occasion.
Oh, yes, he did. He also said he'd never tasted anything like them before and were their traditional Devonshire speciality. Well, that sort of thing's rather daunting to the confidence of a good plain cook.
Good, yes. Plain, no. To me, you will always be ravishing, my dear. No, what I want to know is what this fellow Powlett Jones has got to be so nervous about. Looks extremely pleased with himself to me.
Well, it's this.
Sure, I was wondering what that was. I thought, surely he can't have brought his sandwiches. Oh,
I wanted you to have the first copy.
I was waiting to get my hands on this. Oh, it's a very handsome volume, eh?
I've written in it.
Oh, that'll make it worth twice as much in the second-hand market. Oh, thank you, David. Well, I'll try and struggle through it somehow, just to please you.
Oh, Algy, don't take any notice of him, David. We're both longing to read your book.
Well, it might be a bit more of a struggle than you think.
Nonsense. I've read the reviews. Scholarly, entertaining, and highly readable. That's what they said. And we're extremely proud of you. Really, if you'd heard as often as I have about the books my husband's going to write, if only he had the time.
Oh, it's true. I confess it.
There was something else, actually.
Yeah, I thought there might be.
A favour, I'm afraid.
Well, fire away.
Well, Thursday's polling day at Billhampton, as well as the Taunton match, and, well, Christine's asked me if I could go down there. She's had a bit of a rough campaign, you know.
Yes, I'm sure she has.
I don't really see what use I can be, but, well, she said she needs me, and that's good enough for me.
You think a lot of her, don't you?
I want to marry.